Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor. We will be discussing banking and the general requirements that one needs to register to take the professional course to be a chartered banker. With me in the studio tonight is Mr. Anthony Opon, the CEO of the Chartered Institute of Bankers. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
For quick and easy banking on your mobile, like checking your balance or transferring money, use our mobile banking services today. To find out more, visit us online at ecobank.com. Move on up with Ecobank, the Pan-African bank.
Welcome back, viewers. Mr. Pong, thanks for making time again on Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor.
It's a pleasure.
The last time we met, we were discussing, we did a lot of discussions. You talked about how the Banking Institute started. Yeah. And I think we ended up on the requirements that one needs, the basic requirements, that entry requirements for any individual to enroll with the institute.
Yeah, right.
So there's been this question going around. People are not motivated to enroll with the institute. They have this perception that you write the exams and when it's in the banking industry though, but when they go for interviews, other professionals are rather employed, and it's kind of demotivates people from registry. So what is the motivation? Why should people opt to register for the ACIB than any other professional body?
Thank you very much. It is not the case as you are putting it.
Because from the last interview, that was what came up, and that prompted my inviting you here again.
What you realize that, I mean, you have been in the bank before, I've been in the bank before. You know that if you have a professional banker, somebody who has actually been trained, I mean, the output is different. The output is different.
That one I
so
agree with you.
That tells you that there's a difference between somebody who has gone through a course of training as a professional banker when it comes to delivery. Yeah. I think generally the problem is not, that people are demotivated or so, but I think it's the general atmosphere of joblessness in the country, as because of course there's a limit as to the number of people the banks can engage. I mean, they cannot go beyond.
That's
one thing. Another thing is that for me, the training, the professional course is just the beginning. It's just to give you foundation, just to give you, prepare
the basics for you to be able to work well.
You've gotten that, and you go to the job, you must perform. The rest is performance. And that one, it doesn't matter whether you're a professional banker or you have other professions. So to me, that should be the motivation. Once you've gone through training and you have the background, you have the foundation, you have the solid, you should be able to perform credibly on the job, and that would propel you to other heights. That would encourage those behind you to move forward. So for me, it is once you've gotten on the job, you should be able to perform. So that, but the difference is clear. I mean, once you know a professional banker on the job, I mean, that's what everybody goes to consult. I mean, in the bank,
that one is true.
So they know their worth, but I think it's a general joblessness situation in the country that a lot of people finish, they can't even find job just because they don't have the vacancies are there. But once those who actually perform make it to the top, So I think now there's a lot of enthusiasm. There are a lot of people who are coming on board because they know that once you have the qualification, once you go to the job, in terms of your understanding of the basics, the principles, and the practices, I mean, you are among the best.
You are ahead of any
exactly.
other person with another professional
background. Yeah, exactly.
Professional background.
So that should be motivating enough to get them along.
But it also gives you in-depth knowledge.
Exactly.
In-depth knowledge. You are sitting there, you are working, and you know what you are about. Yeah. And you are confident in what you are doing.
Because the course, like I was taking you through last week about the things that we do. I mean, talk about if it comes to credit, you are there. If it comes to risk management, you are there. If it comes to trade, you are there. If it comes to treasury, anything.
Project management.
All aspects of the core banking is treated there. So
you will not be found wanting if you are on the job.
On the job, yeah. So that's a big motivating factor for our students and our members.
So you are encouraging Ghanaians, especially those who have just completed university, and those
to come along,
and those who have completed SS, staying at home, doing virtually nothing
exactly.
to enroll, so that at least they can make good use of the time available and their youth. Because they will be at home and they are doing nothing, they are whiling away time. Time also does not wait for any
so this is the best time for them to enroll and then get something in addition to whatever they have, and give them a better chance of getting a job.
So the banking industry, how do you see it?
It's good. I mean, the future is good. If we take the Ghanaian banking sector, probably one may be tempted to say that we have too many banks. Now the numbers is growing.
I think 33 or 34.
About 33 or thereabouts, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, looking at the economy and the size of the economy, the market, and looking at the 33 banks, you may think that there are too many. But then, compared to other jurisdictions, if you take Nigeria, for example, which has a bigger market than Ghana, they have even less than 30.
Nigeria have less than 30 banks.
Now, they have the 30.
With this vast economy?
Yeah, with the vast economy. It's not about the number of banks. It is not about the number as we have. It's not about the number. It's about being able to wear resource as a bank. Wear resource in terms of a capitalization. Wear resource. So
capacity.
There can be, capacity to be able to underwrite big businesses.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we have so many banks, about 33 of them, with small capital here and there, not able to undertake big tickets businesses,
But apart from the 33 banks, we're not talking about the savings and loans and the microfinances.
The other tiers, the savings and loans. We have quite a number of the microfinance institutions, So really, we have a very vibrant financial service sector now. What we need to do is make sure that we build capacity in these banks and then these financial institutions, so that they'll be able to deliver on their mandate as banks, as whatever financial services organization, that kind of thing. Basically, that's what they need to do, and also be able to build up their capital so that they be able to underwrite bigger business. Most of the big businesses that come maybe from outside are taken by maybe the foreign banks who had the muscle to be able to do those business, or banks will have to come together to syndicate to be able to do a particular
transaction or business.
Exactly. So yes, we have too many banks, but in terms of size, they are too small. Yeah.
Why don't they merge? We're looking at our economic and the size of our population.
That would have been the ideal thing to do. And in fact, if you remember, a couple of years ago, Bank of Ghana asked the banks to increase their capital. Otherwise, you either go out. The idea was that those who were not able to do that would come together.
That was what we were all expecting.
Yeah, would come together. But somehow they all found the capital to come and
stand on their own.
Yeah, to stand on their own. But it happened in Nigeria before. Nigeria, some time ago, quite a few years ago, they had close to about 70 to 80 banks.
Yeah, I think it was around 2002, 3.
But then they had to come down to under 30. So maybe with time. It is not about the number, it's about the spread. You can have few banks, but with the wide coverage, that should be fine. But currently, I think once they meet the requirements, Bank of Ghana will let them operate on their own.
And more banks are coming.
Yeah.
But the economy is also not growing.
Yeah.
And we are chasing the same customers.
Yes, that is
And we are also a trading economy.
Yeah.
Not a manufacturing one.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, like I told you, so for now, once they meet the Bank of Ghana requirements to stand on their feet as banks, they will continue to operate. But the ideal thing is that to have fewer banks with a good geographical spread. That would be ideal. Yeah.
More banks, but customers are complaining that they are not being served properly.
Well,
they are not satisfied with the bank services. Meanwhile, 33 banks aside microfinance.
Now the customers have much choice because of the large number of banks. We can get one customer who is multi-banked. I mean, one customer having about 2 or 3 banks.
Sometimes about 5, 6.
So at least,
isn't it too much?
Because of that, they are able to leverage on that. To that, if you don't provide me this service that I'm getting from the other bank, I will leave. So now the banks are also becoming aware. Now customer service is becoming a focus among the banks. But there's one area that most of the banks are now focusing their attention on, because that is the way you can retain your loyal customers and ask for more. Because there's competition all over, and like I told, the same customers are being
serviced by almost all the banks.
Exactly. So you can't afford not to be customer or friendly or customer oriented. Otherwise, you lose to the competition.
Yet the customers, are complaining.
Well, of course, once you can get you can get what you want through that, why not? They will always want to. But generally, I think there's an improvement compared to the past where we used to sit down for the customers to walk into.
Now we are chasing the customers.
We are now going. But if we don't chase them, others will do.
Because they have options.
They have the options.
But isn't the banker threatened? Because now the customer has options. The little thing, he wants to move on to another bank.
Yeah, that is why you need to make sure that you stay focused as a bank. I mean, you get your strategies right. Your customer experience, your staff, everything, you build capacity, so that you are always on top of your business. I mean, if you lose focus or concentration, you are likely to lose.
Likely to be out of the market, the competition.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how do you see banking in the next 20 years?
The next 20 years,
I want you to look at it from the aspect of a professional.
Yeah. 2 things. Now, banking is moving from the traditional brick and mortar. It will. In fact, we still have the branches, but now lots of people are doing banking outside the branches. I hardly go to my branch because I can sit in my office, pressing my mobile phone and then get all the service that I need.
And ATM too is scattered all over the place.
So that is the future of banking: digitization, digital banking. That's where we are going. So with time, that is where the banks are putting their money in terms of building infrastructure for that kind of thing.
Won't we lose the human touch?
We will to some extent. Yes, we will. But then a good bank will also need to keep touch base with their customers, because yes, the machines can talk to you. You can get all the transaction online and that kind of thing. But once in a while, the customers that give you all the business that you need to touch base with them. So yes, we are likely to bridge. I mean, to open the gap between us and the customer. But yes, we still have to make conscious effort to make sure that we keep in touch, so that to keep the relationship going. Yeah, because if you don't visit, somebody else will do, and that can cost you business. Yeah.
I saw this WhatsApp of a lady wanting to take money from the ATM. She was given a 50 50 CD note, and she wanted to put it back because she says she wants her denomination to be in smaller denomination, 10 CDs, and she's been given a 50. Yeah. How do we educate the customer? Because you could see that this person was really in distress. She wanted 10 bills, yet she's been given 50. What can we do to make the customer more flexible and more?
Some of the machines or some of the banks, they are conscious of some of these things. They make sure that when they are loading the cassettes, they have other denominations. I mean, you take money from, sometimes you take and get a little bit of 50 notes, a little bit of 20, a little bit of 10, and even some even go down to 5. The idea is that if, for example, let's say over the weekend, you are closed on Friday, and you are not coming until Monday, and you want to have enough money in the machine over the weekend period for people to have access to funds. If you put, let's say, 5 CD notes, you can't load much in terms of value. So it will run out. Maybe over the weekend you may not be able to come back to the branch to be able to load. So it is a way of making sure that at least the customer stays served throughout the weekend.
And sometimes long weekends, especially when
we have holidays. But also the fact that some people also need smaller bills. But I don't think that should be too much of an issue. I don't think too many people, but I mean, when that happens, you can pick the bigger bills and then go to a nearby filling station or shop market or something to have the money broken down for you. But I think it's also good that the banks also make it, put that they should not all fill the cassettes with maybe 50 effort to add some little bills like 10, 20, so that people who want the smaller can also have. I think something that the banks can also add to.
Or that particular customer may have to go to the banking hall if it is.
Well, if it is a weekend that their banking hall is not working. But if it's a weekday, well, we can go there and then change for her.
Is the banking ethics going down?
I don't think so, but we are working to improve it. I mean, there's always improvement. I think in terms of ethical behavior, it is due with the person, individuals within the organization, the bank.
You think it's an attitude?
It's an attitude problem, yes. And I'm sure the banks are aware of that. I have a program that I run at the institute called Customer Character First. It's a customer service program. It's called Character First. And the program focuses on some of the things, attitudes, people's attitude and that kind of thing. So that, they need people to live very, upright and, that kind of thing. So I think the banks need to do more in that area in terms of training, capacity building, in customer service, in attitudes changing, focus. But I think it is not way out within the Ghanaian banks that they will have serious problems with the ethical behavior among practitioners. Generally, in any society, you may have one or two people,
misbehaving.
Misbehaving. But generally, I think Ghanaian bankers, Ghanaian bank workers, Ghanaian banks don't have a serious ethical issues. I don't think so. But even it is part of our curriculum. It's part of the thing that we teach there for professionalism and ethics. So those who have come to our training are given those kind of skills so that when they go back, they'll be able to impact that knowledge to their peers on the job. So it's something that is being worked out. And the regulators are also very mindful of some of these breaches, which they also come on you as a bank and as an individual. So something is being done about those kind. But we can always do better.
Yes, there is room for improvement. So as the CEO of the Chartered Institute of Bankers, what do you have to say to your students and will-be students?
Yes, Ghana has a bright future, very bright future. I've been to other jurisdictions, and We are not doing badly at all as a nation.
But in terms of banking?
In terms of banking, yeah. Even within the African, we are doing quite well. My students, I think they need to study hard. In fact, some of them come to the program because, like you're saying, they want to do something. If you come with that kind of attitude, that's not it. But you should know what you are coming to do and what is in it for you to learn. So they need to learn. Now, when they finish and they go to the job, they need to apply what they've studied on the job. It's not like you finish, you got a certificate, you put it somewhere, you go and do something else. You need to apply it and work. And I'm sure it's going to work for them. Yeah. We have a program that we do. We have an arrangement with all the banks through the Ghana Association of Bankers, where we send all our students who have completed level 3 on attachment. Oh, okay. We have that kind of arrangement with the banks. They go for 3 months.
That's those who are not already
those who are not already working in the industry. Good. That's a big opportunity for those who have come on the program who are not already employed in the banks or employed, and they want to. It's an avenue for them to get a job. In fact, most of the people that we've sent out on attachment, quite a number of them get absorbed. Oh, okay. And it's all borders on this performance thing that I was talking about.
And the attitude.
And that's good. If you go there and you work well and you have the right attitude to work and work well, the banks turn up absorbing. And that's an avenue for them to get employed. Oh, okay. We have that with the banks. Every semester or every half year, we send a number of students on attachment to the banks. It's part of the program.
That should even be a motivation for the students
to come along. Yeah. So obviously, once you come, you have that opportunity to be attached to the banks to work, and that is yeah.
It's been very interesting and very, very, very educative. Yeah. Ghanaians will now appreciate why they should enroll with the Chartered Institute of Bankers and become professional bankers so they can work efficiently in the banks. Thanks so much for coming, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity to have me on your program.
Yes, sir.
I'm very grateful.
Yes, sir. So, sir, in future, I hope when we have feedback and we invite you, you make time again to meet with us.
I will.
Thank you. Viewers, this is where we'll end today's episode on Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor, sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and supported by Belacqua. If you want very delicious pizza, look out for Ed and Ed Pizza, located Ring Road, Spintex, Weja, East Legon, Kodesh Church, and enjoy your pizza. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
For quick and easy banking on your mobile, like checking your balance or transferring money, use our mobile banking services today. To find out more, visit us online at ecobank.com. Move on up with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.